tonight. We've got a little entertainment for you from some of the younger dancers from the Hughes Farrelly School of Irish Dance in New Lenox. And they will be accompanied by some of our outstanding Irish session players. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a big hand before I introduce Mr. Randich here for our Irish session players, who were Max Dunn on the pipes, Joe Nielsen on the Irish flute, Gavin Coyle on guitar, and over here we had on my left, on your right, Ann Hatfield Martin, Katie Byrne-Gordon, and Samantha Nielsen, who was they're some of the most outstanding Irish musicians in the Chicago area, and we're so happy to have them. So let me introduce to you the president of the Rialto Foundation, Steve Randich.
Thank you. Good evening. As Tim said, my name is Steve Randich, and I serve as the president of the Rialto Square Foundation. On behalf of the 14 women and men who serve on our foundation board, I want to thank you and welcome you here tonight. Our foundation's mission is to raise monies that are used for the upkeep and operations of this almost 100-year-old theater. Thank you. All proceeds from tonight's Shamrockin Good Time 23 goes to support that work. Besides the ticket admission, the proceeds from our 50-50 raffle also goes to support the theater and its good works. In addition, for those of you who are kind of in front of the balcony, there's a gentleman, if you look way up there, there's a gentleman by the name of Louis Archenbach. And Louis is right now painting a mural, or painting a picture that we hope that we could raffle off and raise some additional money for the theater, and that raffle will take place somewhere around 8:30. So we would really appreciate it if you would consider bidding when those paintings come up. In addition to that, guests who put on Irish costumes, and I saw a number of people that dressed up. I'm not sure if they'll look the same way on Saturday morning, but there's some really good costumes, and there'll be a winner that will announce sometime later tonight. And finally, when you leave tonight, I'm an ex-banker, so my job is always to talk about money. There'll be little cards that sort of look like this, and what it is it's a charity sponsorship that Old National Bank is doing throughout the whole Chicagoland market. And so what I'd ask you to do, if you'd be so kind, is if you take one of these and go through the QR code, you could select the Rialto Square Theater, and we have the opportunity to win somewhere in the excess of $5,000, which would go a long way for us. So if you would take one of these, and as they say in Chicago, vote and vote often. Now, the Rialto also is very fortunate to have great sponsors, and tonight is no different. A big thank you goes out to Terry Darcy and Darcy Buick GMC, Harris Casino Joliet, and the Joliet City Center Partnership for underwriting tonight's show. I've been given the good fortune to be able to introduce Tim Planker. Tim approached our foundation a couple of years ago and said he wanted to do something to support the theater, and frankly, we could not have been happier to have him do that. Those of you who know Tim know you get a writer, a producer, a director, an accomplished musician all in one. And so we're so happy that Tim agreed to help us raise money for the foundation. For those of you who don't know, Tim is a lifelong Joliet resident who started his career as a lawyer, and then I think he got sort of smart and decided he'd follow his real passion and become a teacher. Tim taught at middle school music for a number of years, and he just retired in the last year or so from a very, very successful career. Tim's love of the Rialto goes way back. He intended, a long time ago, they used to have movies here, and Tim attended those as a youth. And in 1980, or in 1980s, I'm not sure, he must have been 12 or so, but he interned at the theater after it was restored and reopened. So Tim really appreciates what we have here at the Rialto. For the past several years, Tim has put together many music events and collaborative shows all around the Joliet area, including this, our second annual Shamrock event. The Rialto is very pleased to call Tim a friend, and I know you are in for a great show tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, I present Tim Planker.
Thank you very much, Steve. I don't know that I appreciate this place any more than all of you who've come out to support tonight, so thank you all for being here. We appreciate you. So top of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to be back at the Rialto to help kick off your St. Patrick's Day celebration with a fun night for all of us gathered here to support this beautiful Rialto. Let's have a hand again for our friends Taylor Trimby, who played the organ for us before the show. Thank you, Taylor. Our Irish session players, who I just introduced, and the young dancers from the Hughes Farrelly School of Irish Dance, and a big thank you to the pipes and drums from active and retired members of the Joliet Fire Department. We're glad to be back here for our group's fourth show here at the Rialto, and we've assembled some of the best players, singers, and performers in our local community. And tonight, we are also happy to welcome one of Ireland's most popular folk musicians, Aoife Scott, who's making her first visit to Joliet all the way from Dublin. You're in for a treat. We're also happy to welcome an enthusiastic group of students from Droughton Point Middle School, my former school, and some of the young ones who are going to be going to Droughton Point from Westmere Elementary, and one special homeschool friend of mine. So thank you to all the students for coming out. We hope you took part in the 50-50 raffle, and once again, our artist friend Louis Achenbach is up here in the balcony creating live art in the moment. And we're gonna take a little break while the kids are coming off a little bit later, and we're going to try and sell one of his paintings to benefit the Rialto Foundation. So thank you to Louis for donating his time tonight. All right, it's time to kick things off. Come on up. Do you guys have enough light?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to kick things off now with some help from our friends Allison Flood on vocals, on violin, Ann Hatfield-Martin, Katie Byrne-Gordon, Mr. Ted Slowick on guitar, Mr. Josh Nestor on the electric, Tom Maslowski on bass, and Kevin McCammon on drums. Our first performer started singing with us when she was a wee lass of 17, and she's been with us for every one of our shows over the last 6 years. And tonight she's doing the unofficial anthem of Ireland's County Mayo, whose sports teams have been wearing green and red for nearly a century and a half. Here is our friend Chloe Breezy with the green and red of Mayo.
Still, it's soft and craggy boglands, it's tall majestic hills, where the ocean kisses island and the waves caress its shore. Oh, the feeling that came over me, stay forevermore, forevermore. From its rolling coastal waters, I can see Crow Patrick's Peak, where one Sunday every summer, the pilgrims climb the reek, where St. Patrick in his solitude looks down across Blue Bay, and with the ringing of his bell, call the faithful there to pray, there to pray. From the heron to the whale, and now I must depart it, and reality is plain. May the time not pass so slowly, for I set sail again, set sail again.
Mr. Josh Nestor.
It's tall majestic hills, where the ocean kisses island and the waves caress its shores. Oh, the feeling it came over me to stay forevermore, 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 forevermore.
Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.
All right, come on out, Robin. Now it's time to welcome to the stage our friend Robin Castle for this next one. Our special guest tonight, Aoife Scott, is the daughter of Francis Black of the renowned Irish music clan, the Black Family. And before I ever connected with Aoife about a month and a half ago, I had already planned a couple of Black Family songs for the show tonight. This first one I heard 27 years ago when Aoife's mom and her siblings sang it at a concert I attended at Ravinia. Here's Cole Cannon. I'll give you pitches. I'm going to come out and use the other mic.
Well, did you ever make cold cannon made with lovely pickled cream, where the greens and scallions mingle like a picture in a dream? Did you ever make a hole on top to hold the melting flake of the creamy flavored butter that our mothers used to make? Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, were in them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made cold cannon in the little skillet pot. Well, did you ever take potato cake and boxed it to the school, tucked underneath your oxter with your books, your slate and rule? And when teacher wasn't looking, sure a great big bite you'd take of the creamy flavored, soft and melting sweet potato cake. Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, were in them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made cold cannon in the little skillet pot. Well, did you ever go a-courting, boys, when the evening sun went down, and the moon began a-peeping from behind the hill adown? And you wandered down the boreen where the chloricon was seen, and you whispered love and praises to your own dear sweet Colleen. Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, were in them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made cold cannon in the little skillet pot. Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, were in them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made cold cannon in the little skillet pot.
Robin killed that song tonight. All right. A second here while I reset over here at the piano. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Allie. Allie will be back out in a little bit. And our next song is one of Ireland's most beautiful, and one of the most famous versions is sung by our guest Aoife Scott's Aunt Mary Black. We've got a lot of talented singers among us, but we all agree this song could only be sung by one of them. Here's Robin Castle with Song for Ireland.
Falcons build their nests. Waking in your dawn, I saw you crying in the morning light, lying where the falcons fly. They twist and turn all in your rare blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland.
Thank you, Adam. That one made me a little emotional, I gotta tell you. So beautiful. All right, next up. One of the great traditions of Ireland is the gathering of musicians to play songs in a session on instruments like the fiddle, Irish flute, tin whistle, Detleyan pipes, and the bodhran. Aoife's coming out, and Andy's coming out too. They're gonna help us out with the session. So I've mentioned Aoife. This is Aoife and Andy Meany, who's traveling with her on guitar. So here's our talented musicians to give you an entertaining sample of a session, and then we're going to add the traditional Irish dancers from the Hughes Farrelly School of Irish Dance. So dancers, come on down and get ready to come up. So you are in for a real treat. Take it away, players. Thank you again to our dancers from the Hughes Fairley School of Irish Dance. They're based in New Lenox. If you might be interested for your kids or grandkids, please pick up some information at their table out in the lobby. And let's hear it again for our session players. Joe Nielsen, Max Dunn, Aoife Scott, Andy Meany, Ann Hatfield Martin, Katie Byrne Gordon, and Samantha Nielsen. All right. We only need Ann and Katie for this next one if you guys want to take a little break, or you can stay here. It's up to you. All right, we need Gavin out here.
Okay to grab one?
Andy was using the yellow one here.
All right.
All right. Several of us routinely introduce our next singer as the best singer on the planet. We are so lucky around here to be able to regularly enjoy the beautiful singing of our friend and former All-Ireland singing champ, originally from Derry, Northern Ireland, and now from the Shamrock shores of Aurora on the Fox River. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pair up a couple of songs here. Gavin's going to start us off with one you will all know, and then he's going to be joined by another of our very best singers for a beautiful duet from the Academy Award-winning Irish movie Once, Nicky Giblin Haber-Richter. So let's start with Gavin, and then we'll see Nicky. Gavin Coyle.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go, and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and weighed with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I'll love you so.
Now let's welcome Nicky to the stage. I told you he's good.
Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You made it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. Moves that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. You have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you're on. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You had the choice. You made it now. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing it loud.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Nikki. It's hard to believe, but the first time they've ever sung together was in my garage on Monday this week. That needs to happen some more, don't you think? I'm working on a plan. All right, it's time to get all the players back out here now. Give me a second here. There we go. All right, we've got the full Irish band back out here now with all of our great players, and performing this next tune is a local icon and celebrity. A story about his musical exploits was the most liked post on the Silver Cross Hospital Facebook page last year. With an Irish classic from the band The Pogues, here is the musician, physician, Dr. Mark Christensen with Dirty Old Town.
dream the dream by the old canal. I kiss my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling by the old saloon. Springs a girl round the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I heard a siren across the docks. I saw a train set the night on fire. Smelled the spring on a smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm gonna make me a big sharp axe, shining steel, forged in the fire. Well, I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed the dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty J town.
I guarantee he's going to tell me he got more applause than Gavin. All right, we're going to bring out a few other people out here, and we got a fun couple songs coming up for you. Alrighty, thank you for being patient for the little pause there. You do not have to have an Irish name to be in this show, but we're going to check off that box 3 times for our next song. Irish pubs are renowned for their music. Sometimes the tunes will make you weep, sometimes sing along, and sometimes have a bit of a naughty laugh. This song would be one of those. Here are our friends, Mr. John Condren. On my far side, Dan Doherty. And in the middle, Mr. Scott Kinsella. This song is called The Chandler Shop. Too high. Never happened.
As I went into the chandler shop, with candles for to buy, I went into the chandler shop, nobody could I spy. Now I was disappointed and some angry words I said, when I heard the sound of a right above my head. When I heard the sound of a right above my head. Now I was quick and I was slick, so up the stairs I fled. And very surprised was I to find the chandler's wife in bed. And with there was another man of great considerable size, and they were having a right before my eyes. Oh, and they were having a right before my eyes. And when the fun was over and done, the lady raised her head, and very surprised was she to find me standing by the bed. If you would be discreet, big boy, if you would be so kind, why don't you come over some, whenever you feel inclined? Oh, why don't you come over some, whenever you feel inclined? So many's the nights and many's the day when the chandler wasn't home, to get myself some candles to the chandler shop I roamed. But never the one she give to me, she give to me instead a little bit more of that to light me way to bed. Oh, a little bit more of that to light me way to bed. So come on, you married men, take heed if ever you go to town. And if you leave your wife alone, be sure to lie her down. And if you be so kind to her, just lie her right there on the floor and give her so much of love she doesn't want any more. Oh, and give her so much of love she doesn't want any more. Hey!
All right, we're going to keep all the guys out here for our next one and add our Irish players back to the stage. All right, now we're going to close out the first portion of our show before we bring the kids up with a fun one from the Irish band The Kilkennys about a beautiful stranger in Dublin City. All right, everybody ready? Here is in the middle, my classmate from the Cathedral of St. Raymond Nonatus, Mr. Scott Kinsella, with the Spanish lady.
As I came down through Dublin City at the hour of 12 at night, who should I meet but a Spanish lady washing her feet by candlelight? First she washed them, then she dried them over a fire of amber coal. In all my life I never did see a girl so sweet about the soul. Whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay, whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay. As I came back through Dublin City at the hour of 8:30, who should I meet but Spanish lady brushing her hair in the broad daylight? First she brushed it, then she tossed it, on her lap was a silver comb. In all my life I never see a girl so sweet as I did roam. Whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay, whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay. As I returned to Dublin City as the sun began to set, who should I meet but Spanish lady catching a moth in a golden net? First she saw me, then she fled me, lifted her dress above her knee. In all my life I never did see a girl so sweet as a Spanish lady. Whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay, whack for the tooraloora laddie, whack for the tooraloora lay. I wandered north and I wandered south through stormy valleys Gloucester Diamond and back by Never Tandy's house. Old age has laid her hand on me, as cold as a fire of ashy coal. In all my life I ne'er did see a girl so sweet as the Spanish lady. Toora-lura laddie, walk for the toora-lura lay. Walk for the toora-lura laddie, walk for the toora-lura lay.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, John. Thanks, Kevin, Tom, Ted, Ann, Katie, Sam. All right. All right, we're not going to take a full intermission tonight, but we will enjoy a short stand-up and stretch break. Can I get the house lights up? Because we need a little time to get our students from Droughton Point, Westmere up here. So Droughton Point and Westmere parents, please send your students down over here to this corner. Over here to this corner, down in the bottom right of the stage. Thank you again to our sponsors, Darcy Buick GMC, Harris Joliet, Joliet City Center Partnership, and in just a couple of minutes we will find out who won the costume contest.